Hello everyone and welcome to the Gaming Club. In today's video, I would like to talk about what's going on in State of Survival this week. We have a secret patch delivered, we have a state versus state event, and we have few minor changes to the standard events. If you're ready, let's start. Before we start, there is one thing that I'm quite excited to mention about. I've been planning to do that for a while, and finally it happened. I have recorded my first podcast. So what kind of topics I'm planning to do in future, because I'm planning to do more podcasts in future. I'm going to talk about the topics that are interesting to me and I hope will be interesting for you. The first topic that I have chosen is to talk about free-to-play mobile games, how they are affecting the gaming industry and how they are affecting us as players. I hope you enjoy it. The links are in the description. Now let's talk about State of Survival. The first and the quickest update I have for you is the new update that happened overnight, and my phone got a fresh 1.9.36 version. Today I spent quite some time to figure out what is the update about, what kind of patch notes, what has changed in the game, and I tried all my contacts in King's group. I tried the official State of Survival Discord. I asked moderators team, I asked around, and the thing is, no one is aware of what's in the update. Sorry, I don't have any more details. Once I figure out what developers has changed and why there was a 40-something megabytes update, what exactly is new to the game, or was it just some minor optimization and bug fixes, I have no idea. Once I found out, I will give you an update, of course. Second thing I would like to talk about is state warfare or state versus state or SvS event. It's not the first time it happened, but developers took it back. They changed something. They worked on the optimizing event. And now, as I understand, it's rolled out to majority of the states that have plasma buildings open. That's approximately 22 weeks old state or stuff like that, maybe less, maybe more. And the idea is very similar to the capital clash, but the fight for the capital happens between two states. And the event is quite complicated by itself, but if I make it simple, it's split into three main stages. The first stage, you have the matching where you get your opponent and you know which state this opponent will be from. So, for example, you are, state 100 and your opponent is state 200. So that's when the matching is done. Please don't ask me in the comments how the matching algorithm works. I have honestly no idea. And what I see people mention in the Discord that the matching is quite strange because they are matched across the states. Well, there are plasma level 4 and 5 headquarters, while they have plasma level 3 top. And that doesn't sound fair to me, but I don't know how the matching works, and I would suggest these players who got matched against so strong opponents to contact the in-game support. That's the best I can offer for you. The second stage, which is preparation one, it's very similar to survival of the fittest event, where you have 7 days of objectives that you need to complete on the daily basis, score points, and then fight for the first place to get some amount of legendary hero fragments. In State Warfare, this is very similar, but you have 5 days of objectives that are refreshed on the daily basis. And once you complete objectives, you will score points, and these points will be contributing to the whole state score. And the state that has the higher score will be the one that will attack the state that has lower score. So in our case, as you can currently see, we have 644 million points, while the other state has 622. It's the points for this stage. And at the end, on the 5th day, there will be all points calculated together, and the system will automatically decide which state will be the one invading the other state and which state will be the one defending their capital. And the third stage of the event, as you have figured out, it's the capital fight where you have to defend your capital, or you will have to attack and own the capital of your enemy. Right now, I'm writing a guide about the event. I have already covered 50% of the event. So what kind of objectives you have on the daily basis, how do you optimize, and what kind of rewards you should aim for. I have shared some tactics when you want to win the preparation stage and when you don't want to do that intentionally. And I think I will complete the guide in the coming few days. So apart from the questions that I have planned, or apart from the topics that I have planned to cover there, it would be great if you guys tell me in the comments what kind of questions you have about this event so that I can clarify them additionally in the guide or later on in the video guide on my channel. So that's about the State Warfare event. Let's check out what other events we have. Alliance Showdown event, that's one common. I haven't noticed any changes here. So once again, there is nice shop where you can exchange the coins, and make sure that you register in this event and get these free prizes because the rewards are quite good now. Capital Clash, it's actually a little bit misleading at this time. Some feedback for the developers to make it less confusing for those players who are participating first time. These are not two separate events. They are the same event. It's just the Capital Clash is mentioned here as a separate one, but it's actually part of the State Warfare. Fortress Fight, I think nothing unusual here. Race Place. This is the event when you need to spin the wheel and you can obtain legendary hero fragments. And this event is something that I was saving since I started my headquarters in this particular state, because I always recommend to all the new players who plan to be free to play to save as many biocaps as possible for the later tier heroes when they are unlocked, and then you spin the wheel as much as possible. This is what I'm doing now on this account, and I'm just waiting for tier 5 heroes to be unlocked in this state, and then I will just use all my biocaps to get as many hero fragments as possible. What I heard from other players is that on average they were able to get from a 10 spin around 10, sometimes 7, sometimes 12, but on average that was like 10 hero fragments. And recently, I don't know when exactly, the developers made some change, and what I heard from my alliance mates and what I heard from other Discord channels, that the drop rate of the legendary hero fragments, so those tiles when you get 1 or 5 fragments, has significantly reduced, and now people are getting like 3 hero fragments or 5 hero fragments on average from 110 pool, which is kind of bummer, because for free to play that was the only opportunity to get legendary hero fragments together with the vouchers event, but there you were like hard limited to 100 vouchers, which was giving you like 10, maybe 11 legendary hero fragments. So there was no chance to max your hero out from the value vouchers event. And the Race Place was kind of one nice event where the free-to-plays could actually build a legendary hero to some decent rank and compete with those who are spending real money. So now the rates have been changed. I'm not sure if that is true, or that is like just some people being super unlucky several times in a row. I haven't tried it myself, so if I do a 10 spin right now, let's just have a look how many legendary hero fragments I will be able to get. As I mentioned myself, I was getting around 10 legendary hero fragments on average from a 10 spin. And let's just have a look how many I will get this time. Just 2 right now. Well, it's not looking really good. So maybe 5. That's nice. And yeah, that's not what I normally expect. Just 7 fragments, and not very good. So if you guys can let me know in the comments if you also felt that the legendary hero fragments rate dropped, or you're getting the same as you had before. Please let me know. I'm quite curious, because I then will tell the developers, send my feedback that it's not really a good idea to lower the rates, because free-to-plays are already struggling to get legendary hero fragments. So there is no need to limit us even more. All right, next event, value vouchers. So no change here. As I mentioned before, you can get 100 vouchers per one event, and depending on the hero you're trying to build, you will get around like 10, 11 hero fragments. I was trying to build Nicola here. Now I'm not sure if I should do that. and which hero I'm going for. Probably I'm gonna just skip this event and wait for some improvements here, or just wait for the next tier of the heroes when the previous tiers will get a decent discount. There was one particular question that I have seen several times on different Discord channels is when we have Jeb on the value vouchers event, it has drawn vouchers, and then later on there is a new tier of heroes utilized, and the value vouchers is changed into Miho fragments. Can you still use the previous Jeb fragments? Jeb vouchers. The answer is, and the answer is just from my account because I experienced it before. On the first event of the value vouchers, when you just had the next tier of heroes introduced, and this is the first time you have the new vouchers being introduced, you still have an opportunity to exchange your drawn vouchers into the some hero fragments in the new event. But the problem is, I actually had it on this account, is that I had like 3 or 4 drawn vouchers left, and I couldn't buy more drawn vouchers because this event it was only offering me the Miho vouchers. And the best thing that I could get with those 3 or I think 4 drawn vouchers was the epic hero fragment, which is kind of useless because one voucher is 150 biocaps. So I felt like I purchased epic hero fragment for 500 biocaps, which is not a good value at all. So remember, when you still have Jeb on your value vouchers event and you are expecting a next tier of the heroes introduced soon, make sure that you spend all your drawn vouchers on that event before the next tier is introduced, because you will not be able to get a good value of the remaining vouchers, and you will be not able to buy more of them to get some legendary hero fragments. And what I hope from developers is that they somehow allow us to use any type of the vouchers, regardless of what kind of hero tier is introduced. I think it's even a cool idea because if I kept buying vouchers since the value vouchers events has started, I would pretty much stock enough of them to get some nice tier 4 or tier 5 hero by this time. So developers, please give us as free-to-play more opportunities to build the legendary heroes out. Next event, Infected Cleanup. I usually skip this event because the solo rewards are not great. I mean, one epic search map is just not cool, and you need to kill 78 of zombies, which is kind of fine for 2 days. But I usually stop at 50 points mark just to grab those speed ups. And if I really want to go all in that case, I will need to save a lot of stamina and aim for the rank. Well, probably in the top 10 to get those nice, sweet biocaps for the first ranks. And these rewards are quite good. But as you can see, you need to store a lot of stamina in my case. Plague Zone, I still wait for developers to change this event because, Jane is a fantastic hero visually, but she's kind of useless. So I really wish developers give us some better rewards instead of just have fragments, because I'm still struggling to find where I would apply this hero, or at least give her some boost. Infected Horde, this one, it's ongoing right now. So there is a guide on my website if you're interested to know more about this event and how to complete it in optimal way. Check it out. The link will be in the description. Same for Influencer Trap. We've been waiting for second month maybe to get some feedback from developers since I recorded my last video when the damage to the Influencer Trap was completely changed. And when we were doing like X amount of damage after one of the overnight updates, suddenly our damage was 30% less than X. And I tried to figure out what kind of mechanics has changed or what kind of buff the monster or the boss got there in the Influencer Trap. Again, no feedback. I don't know what happened. I just know that the level 30 boss, there is not a single alliance or a state that has beaten, and I am not sure what we need to do that because We already have players with 5 plasma stars, and still it's not enough. Maybe we need the whole alliance to have plasma 5 stars in order to beat that guy. I don't know. One thing that I have noticed, this old meme about sending infantry to the influencer trap. If your alliance is trying to beat level 30, after some thorough testing in my alliance, we noticed that sending level 10 infantry to the influencer trap, around 10, maybe 15%, and the rest in equal mix of hunters and riders, gives you actually more damage. And the reason for that is somehow the monster is fighting back, and when your infantry is there, it allows your hunters and riders to survive a longer time and do actually more damage than compared to the just 100% hunters or hunters and riders 50-50 without any infantry. So once again, if you send 10, maybe 15% of infantry, T10 only, don't send T9 or T8 because that will not affect anything. You might get more points. And if you do so, please let me know in the comments if that works for you. I was talking about level 30. I'm not sure if that's the case for the earlier bosses or not. Now I'm switching over to my second account, which is in state 135. Here we're gonna have quite an epic battle versus state 1, which is the oldest state in game, and for sure I'm going to do a video about it. I'm not sure if I'll be live streaming or just do a recording and then edit it in some nice and enjoyable way. I don't know, add some music and just cut those scenes that I think were the most interesting to watch. Actually, you know what? Let me know in the comments. Would you prefer to watch the live stream or the final edited version of the most interesting moments? Maybe I will do both. Who knows? All right, so we're going to fight state 1. Right now, we are quite good in the preparation stage, and we have a lot more points than the other state. I'm not sure if these guys are not participating actively because, well, it's stage 1 and there are not many players left there, or because they just have all their stuff already maxed out and they don't have anything else left to upgrade. So we'll see. The fight is going to happen on Saturday. What else? Infected cleanup while racing plague zone, infected horde influence trap. No news here. And that's pretty much it that I wanted to cover in today's video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you would like to support my content, there is an option to do that on the monthly basis through Patreon, and there are some benefits on the top of that. And if you prefer one-time donation, you can do that through PayPal or Stripe. I also have a website where you can find more guides, so check it out. They are up to date and you will find a lot of interesting information there. So once again, thanks for watching and I wish you a nice day.